Good morning, children. I am Deepak Kumar. And children, today we are going to recite a very beautiful poem, What's in the Mailbox? So, children, to know about a mailbox, children, you can see the picture of a mailbox here. Children, you can see a girl is putting a letter in the mailbox. Children, what is a letter? Letter is a mean through which we share or send the messages to our dear ones, children. So, children, letters are the means of communication. So, children, you can see different means of communication in this picture. You can see the letter box, the pigeons, emails, SMS, calls, MMS, etc. So in ancient time, children, pigeons are used to send letters to the fixed destinations. So before starting the chapter, children, I would like to show the picture of some letters, children. So firstly, I would like to show the picture of an envelope, children. Children, you can see an envelope, children. Now, children, postcard. The spelling of postcard, children, Postcard. And next one in children, it's inland letter card. And next one is children, registered letter. And children, these were different type of letters. And children, we put letters in the mailbox or letter box, children. Children, do you know the postman collects letters from the mailbox and then the letters are sent in the different parts of the country or in the world as per the address, and our dear ones or loved ones get the letters. Children, I would like to show you all some different means of communication also, children. So children, you can see something in the picture. Can you identify, children? Yes, children. It's a telephone. You can see two types of telephones here, children. Then children, can you name it, children? Yes, it's a newspaper. And next one is children. So I hope that everyone has such type of thing in your house, children. And this says, children, it's a television. The first one is the old design television, and next one is the latest television. And now, children, it's mobile phones. Children, television actually, it's a means of communication through which we can see different types of news, and we can it's also the means of entertainment, children, but it is called means of communication also, children. And next one in children, it's the symbol of an email. So it is prevalent nowadays, children, as you all know. So children, today we'll read the chapter What's in the Mailbox. And children, it's a poem. So children, now you all are aware of the mailbox. So what's in the mailbox, children? Letters. So in this poem, there is a child who, who desires to get letters as his or her parent get letters, children. So children, let's start the poem recitation. What's in the mailbox? Most always, when the postman comes with letters, 2 or 3, they are for my mother or my dad, but never one for me. I'm going to write some letters, though. That's what I'm going to do. And then my friends will answer me, and I'll get letters too. So children, let's recite the poem once again. Most always when the postman comes with letters 2 or 3, they are for my mother or my dad, but never one for me. I'm going to write some letters though, that's what I'm going to do. And then my friends will answer me, and I'll get letters too. Once again, children, what's in the mailbox? Most always when the postman comes with letters 2 or 3, they are for my mother or my dad, but never one for me. I'm going to write some letters though, that's what I'm going to do. And then my friends will answer me, and I'll get letters too. Very good, children. I hope that you all have enjoyed it. So children, this poem describes the feeling of a child when the child sees the postman comes, and most always with 2 or 3 letters, and he gives these letters to his or her mother or dad. And children, the child wants to receive letter like his or her mother or father. That's why, children, the child decides to write the letter to his or her friends. And children, he thinks that when he or she writes a letter to his friends will answer him or her. So children, I hope that you may have seen a postman comes with a letter to your house, and your parents receive the letters. Children, now it is not so prevalent, but children, in old days, it was the main means of communication, children. In our grandparents' age or in their time, children, it was the sole mean of communication. Nowadays, we have different means of communication like emails, like WhatsApp, chat box, and many more. But at that time, there was the only means of communication, that was letters. So, letter has a unique importance that we have came to know. So, children, now new words. There are some new words in this poem, and you all should know the meanings of the new words. Firstly, the word letters. Letters means a written or printed message. And what do we say in Hindi? Letters का मतलब चिट्ठी या पत्र. Next is always. Always means at all times. Always का मतलब हमेशा. Never. at no time. Never मतलब कभी नहीं. Though, in spite of the fact that, के बावजूद भी, यद्यपि, तथापि, किंतु, these are all the meanings of the word though. Now children, we move to exercise. Firstly, reading is fun, means questions, answers. So the first question is children, who does the postman bring letters for? And the answer is children, the postman brings 2 or 3 letters for the child's mother or father. Now question number 2. Does the child ever get a letter? Answer. No, the child never gets a letter. Question number 3. What does the child decide to do? Answer. The child decides to write some letters to her friends with the hope of receiving a reply from their end. Now children, we move to word building. And what you have to do children? You have to match column A with B. So children, be ready children. So the first is a postman. So what does a postman do children? A postman brings our letters. A postman brings our letters. And next one is children, a cobbler. And what does the cobbler do children? He mends our shoes. He mends our shoes. Then a librarian children. So what does a librarian do children? Can you say? Yes children. A librarian works in library. Then a driver drives a motor vehicle. Then children, a dramatist writes plays. A teacher teaches in school. A nurse, and what does a nurse do children? Can you say children? A nurse looks after patients. A nurse looks after patients. Next is a musician. What does a musician do children? So he or she plays musical instruments. Now an astronaut. So an astronaut travels in the space. And next one is children, a clown. So what does a clown do children? It makes people laugh. It makes people laugh. So children, now in the next picture you can observe and you can now draw the proper lines and you can match column A with B. So children, that was all about today's class children. I hope that you all have understood the poem children. Children, memorize the poem, recite the poem, and there is an assignment for you all. What is pin? Children, search about the word pin. What do you mean by the word pin? Write 5 sentences about pin. Children, that's all for today. Thank you, children.